I want to talk about some news that broke a few days ago, and it is about, some fans of our channel might be excited for us to talk about again, Resident Evil. But unfortunately, Josh, we are going to be talking about something not so good, and it's Resident Evil Reverse, which, Josh, sorry to say this, but I wish they would just reverse their decision to make this game.
I agree with you.
From the minute it was announced, I thought, wow, this looks like another thing that I'm not going to play. Just like the one that was included in Resident Evil 3. Was it remake?
Yeah.
So let's talk about Reverse. What's going on in the news? So Capcom's
So-
highly anticipated Resident Evil spinoff, Resident Evil Reverse,
not highly anticipated.
due to release this month, has been delayed to 2022.
Bye-bye.
The company had planned for this title to be released as a 25th anniversary celebration, 26th, for the widely popular Resident Evil series. Reverse was first to set release as a free bonus included in Resident Evil Village, but the game has now encountered its first of probably many delays.
Just cancel it, dude.
This game, from the minute I saw it, did not look good. And then there was a beta, and I'll talk about some of the opinions of the beta in a minute. But let's go through what Reverse is. If you're not familiar with what Resident Evil Reverse is, it was a multiplayer horror action experience for 4 to 6 players. An internet connection was required to play, so it's always online. It's an online game. And you could choose from a collection of characters from throughout the franchise's history to participate in death matches. So that's about as much as I knew before I started researching this topic. Since then, I've kind of found out some things that actually sound kind of cool, Josh. Things that make it a little unique. So the point of the death matches is to earn as many points as possible and use weapons and items found throughout the battle to use against each other and stronger enemies. But this is the part that I didn't know. Characters' deaths result in them mutating into a bioweapon that the player can then use against other players, with power-ups to become a stronger bioweapon placed inside virus capsules. So essentially, as you're playing as the human characters, you can collect these items, and the more you have, the better bioweapon you'll be when you die. So first you'll just be one of the molded from Resident Evil 7, and the more you get, you could turn into Nemesis, right? So I think that's kind of a cool mechanic. But that being said, the game still looks like trash. The only map that was available or shown is Raccoon City Police Department. It's all asset flips from Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake, and some 7 as well. They added a comic book filter over everything, which just makes everything look weird. Certain characters had to be scaled down and up to make them fit inside the maps. And I'll tell you what, it just looks really jarring because the police department is way too big compared to the characters in certain situations. It just does not look good. So we both kind of shared that sentiment that the game didn't look that great. We didn't care that it was coming with Village for free. But I wanted to look and see what people thought, Josh. I wanted to know what people that played the actual beta thought about this. So I did some research, and Game Revolution has an article by Jason Faulkner, and the headline is this: Resident Evil Reverse Beta Impressions. Fans won't hate it for what it is, but what it could have been. In general, it talks about the characters you could play as: Ada Wong, Chris Redfield, Claire Redfield, Hunk, Jill Valentine, and Leon Kennedy. It talks about the many different bioweapons you can play as, but really, it just goes on to say it was an asset flip. It doesn't look very good. It doesn't play very good. It wasn't a lot of fun, and there was no reward to anything you would do. If anything, they said it would be cosmetics, which obviously would mean microtransactions. The game was going to be free with Resident Evil Village. They were going to make some money somehow. They were going to add microtransactions, most definitely. So yeah, man, I think that this game should not exist. What about you?
I think that you're right. It shouldn't exist. I also have speculation as to why I think not only it's delayed, but it's been delayed this long. Okay.
Why is that?
I think they were really worried about the state the game was in and how terrible it was, and it tarnishing the critical reception of Resident Evil Village that just came out, which got praised.
Yep.
Because if you have a small normie brain, you see Resident Evil, you're going to associate those two, right? And they might not want to have tarnished Resident Evil Village, right? And the name and how well that did with this other game. And also, I mean, look at, I think they just got really burned on the anime as well, which is tanking. It's doing terribly. And by the way, it is awful. So I think that could be part of it as well. That's just my tinfoil hat theory, but...
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I think you're right, especially because the game comes packaged with Village, right? So it's like,
right.
It's not just like you get it and it's completely separate from Village. This was directly tied to Resident Evil Village.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm worried actually because, they basically said like, if you buy this game, you're going to get this game for free, and now it's getting delayed. I think people deserve some kind of compensation for that because you expected, this game was going to release in July.
My compensation would be them canceling it and never releasing it. That would be more than enough for me.
Yeah, I'm with you. So yeah, I apologize to any Resident Evil fans that thought this looked good or, that were interested in this, but I got to tell you, it's not doing it for me. And
if the boot fits.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Josh and Brett really need you too. I love them. So do it. It would be a shame if you miss more of their videos. Hit the notification bell too, so you know when there is a new upload.